It's my pleasure to once again, after several years, call the Blue Ribbon Committee hearing to order. Our Director General, may we know who are in attendance today? First, may I acknowledge the presence and thank Senator Revilla, who's the chairman of the Committee on Public Works and Highways, to thank you for taking a break from the campaign to attend this hearing. And I read your statements that we have to get to the bottom of this. So thank you very much, Senator. So since Senator Revilla is with us today, we have a quorum. May I ask the Director General to acknowledge who are present, and also if there are any preliminary administrative matters like the submissions, please.
Your Honor, if I may proceed. From the Department of Public Works and Highways, Undersecretary Eugenio Pipo, Undersecretary for Regional Operations, Region 2. Can you raise your hand when you're called? Thank you. Director Blesilda S. Ramos, Bureau of Design. Director Reynaldo P. Faustino, Bureau of Quality and Safety. Director Rodrigo I. de los Reyes, Project Director, Bridges Management Cluster Project, Unified Project Management Offices. Director Alan S. Borromeo, Bureau of Construction. Regional Director Matthias L. Malena, OIC Regional Director, Region 2. Engineer Wilhelmina L. Ancheta, Chief Bridges Division, Bureau of Design. From the Commission on Audit, Mr. Chair, Tracy Ann D. Sunico, State Auditor 5, Supervising Auditor DPWH, OSEC Fund 101. She will be assisted by Mr. Benjamin Lasam, Auditing Leader, DPWH Region 2. Yeah. From the Land Transportation Office, Mr. Chair, Mr. Manuel Barakawa, Assistant Regional Director, LTO 2, and Mr. Roderick Minong, Field Enforcement, LTO Central. From the National Bureau of Investigation, Attorney Marie Catherine Nolasco Iliescas, Acting Chief of the Public Corruption Division. Hack Christopher B. Mesa, Agent in Charge, Isabela District Office. Thank you. From the Philippine National Police Highway Patrol Group, Brigadier General Eleazar Pepito P. Mata, Director. With him are Police Colonel Felix Verbo, Jr., Deputy Director for Operations, and Police Major Anthony J. Sanchez, Servicing Legal Officer. From the Cañete Structural Investigation, Engineer Alberto C. Cañete, President. From RD Interior Junior Construction, Mr. Ricardo D. Interior, Jr. From United Technologies Consolidated Partnership, UTCP, Mr. Pablo Racines, Managing Partner. Thank you. Submissions as of today, Mr. Chair, from COA DPWH2, affidavit of Team Leader Lasam and others, and attachments. From the DPWH, they have submitted voluminous documents today. We will reproduce that for all the members, Your Honor.
Does that include the plans?
Does that include the plan?
Yes, Your Honor. Okay.
From the SEC, documents were requested on the private corporations. Electronic copies have been sent to us. From UTCP, affidavit and attachments, both printed and electronic, Mr. Chair. Those are the submissions as of today, Mr. Chair.
Let me just clarify. So, sir, you submitted the plans, yung original, yung 2012, tama ba?
Tama po.
Then
The
you
original
submitted
plan.
yung
Yes,
Ah, yung 2013 ba?
In 2013, the approval of the detailed engineering plans is in
Yes.
October 2013, Your Honor.
Yeah. So I mean, you submitted all plans?
Yes, Your Honor,
Even the
including the extension and the retrofitting works, Your Honor.
Okay. So let me start with administrative matters muna, no? When I was in college in UP, I hated it when my professors would get mad at those present for those who are absent. Di ba? Kaya papagalitan niyo yung class, bakit wala si ganito, bakit wala? Eh kami nga nandito eh. So I will not get mad at you for those who are not here. But I will request one of you to text the secretary because hindi nag-attend ng hearings eh. Sa new Senate building, hindi nag-attend. Eto, napakalaking skandalo to na bridge, hindi nag-attend. And the reason I request you to text him because I will subpoena him if he doesn't voluntarily come here. Did we also request Secretary Singson to come?
No, Your Honor, just
Okay.
Secretary Bono.
So anyway, may I request the staff of the Blue Ribbon Committee na isa-isahin lahat ng involved dito para malaman natin yung side at malaman natin kung kailangan natin sila dito o hindi. But walang duda na kailangan natin ang present secretary dito kasi if you read the resolution, it not only has to do with this bridge, but how the DPWH deals with errant contractors, errant members, if any, of DPWH, and other processes. So hindi lang etong bridge ang pinag-uusapan natin dito. So he has to be here, di ba? So if he doesn't, I will subpoena him and I will request General Torre to bring him here. No? Okay. So having said that, thank you for your submissions today. But I still have a problem with DPWH. Why does it take you so long to submit? Kasi kailan nangyari to? February 27, sir.
27, Your Honor. Yes.
So siguro naman since February 27, you've been investigating already, right?
We started our investigation February 28, morning,
Yes.
Your Honor.
Yes, so just before the oath, no? So ang point ko, sir, nung nag-request kami ng plano, within 24, 48 hours, hindi nyo kaya magbigay. Sana, natignan na namin last night, man lang, para hindi na tayo umulit-ulit ng hearing. So, paki-check lang kasi this is not the first time. In sa new Senate building, it took you weeks to submit. Nakalagay naman doon sa aming letter na nire-request, kung may problema, you can call. 'Di ba? Kasi sanay ako mag-prepare eh. Napakahirap naman, sir, magsa-start tayo today. I'll have to call you back next week. 'Di ba? But having said that, let's start it well, no? So, Comsec, Director General, can we administer the oath? Then I'll give just an opening remarks. Tapos ganito lang gawin natin, sir, para pare-pareho tayong on the same plane. Can someone present yung timeline and give the details? And then after the timeline, ibigay niya where is your investigation and may conclusion na ba kayo o may working theory or nasaan na tayo doon. Okay?
Your Honor, for those who are here, those who are been invited, can we stand and raise your right hand? Yes, pwede. No. The rest, please stand and raise your right hand for the oath. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this proceeding? Yes. Mr. Chair, let the record show that everyone said yes.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for agreeing to take the oath. I will defer muna to the chairman of the Committee on Public Works before I give my opening remarks. Senator Bong, would you like to give your opening remarks?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I thank the Blue Ribbon Committee for immediately calling this motu proprio hearing para agarang matalakay ang pangyayaring ito instead of us waiting for a referral. Like I said, the moment I learned about it, heads must roll. Hindi pwedeng isang Masaklap na pangyayari na lang ito na isang kwentong nag-viral. Dapat may managot. And let the axe fall where it must. Nakakagigil, Mr. Chair, nakakagalit, nakakapanginig ng laman. It's instances like this which erode public's trust in government and its efforts. As the chairperson of the Senate Committee on Public Works, I am deeply alarmed and greatly concerned about the collapse of this newly opened Cabagan-Santa Maria Bridge in Isabela. When infrastructure for which public funds are spent, isn't it axiomatic that structural integrity is a minimum requirement? Hindi maaari ang trabahong basta na at ang bagsak na kalidad ng kahantungan ng pampublikong infrastruktura. Bilyong-bilyong piso na mula sa buwis ng mamayang Pilipino ang inaksaya sa proyektong pulpol. Sa halip na kaginhawaan, dapat ang dala ay ng tulay na ito ay maayos, no? Hindi yung perwisyo na idinudulot. Talaga namang mapapaanak ng teteng ka na lang dito sa mga taong ito. This has to be scrutinized from top to bottom. Kailangang himayin ito hanggang sa huling tornilyo at butil ng buhangin. May mga pagkakataon na nasasabi natin that we must not point fingers. Pero sa ganitong pangyayari, hindi pwedeng walang nagkasala. Lalong hindi pwedeng walang mapapanagot. Kailangan mapangalanan at bigyang mukha ang sinumang kasangkot o kasabwat sa pagkakamaliman o kapabayaan. Whether it was due to fault or gross negligence, we must swing the sword so that accountability will not will run its course. Tiyak tayo na sa pamumuno ni Senator Alan sa pagdinig na ito, hindi uubra ang hugas kamay sa pekeng palusot. Kaya dapat walang paligoy-ligoy, sagutin nyo ng diretso at walang dapat mapagtakpan. Hahabulin ng pangil ng batas ang may sala, kahit sino pa man sila. Sa hapong ito, kailangan mabigyang linaw ang mga sumusunod. Una, yung pinaka-basic na tanong ng lahat. Saan ka nakakita ng tulay na naguguho kahit bagong gawa pa lang at kabubukas pa lang sa publiko? Nakakahiya po ito. Ito ba yung sinasabi nating only in the Philippines? Pangalawa, sino ang may kasalanan dito? Nagpabaya po ba? May hindi ba gumawa ng kanyang responsibilidad? Did we stick by the rules and global standards? Or did we compromise structural integrity and public safety in the guise of cost-cutting? At saan ba napunta ang natipid kung sakali? Pangatlo, sa dami ng magagaling natin mga profesional, bakit nabibigyan pa ng proyekto yung mga may track record ng kapalpakan? Kulang ba ang ating kakayahan upang maiwasan ang mga kagayang pangyayaring ito? Totoo ba na construction failure ang mga punot dulo? Material or methodology failure nga ba? O bakit lumusot ito? Ikaapat, base sa ulat, bago pa man binuksan sa publiko ay dumaan sa retrofitting ang bagong gawang tulay. Dumaan ba ito? Totoo bang para lang ito sa earthquake safety at additional features? O nakita na ba agad na sablay ang pagkakagawa? And once it was open to the public, was it really public passage ready? Hindi nyo naman pwedeng sabihing minadali ito dahil higit isang dekada na ito. At panglima, moving forward, ano ba ang kailangan nating gawin upang hindi ganito na nasasayang ang ating mga resources, upang hindi na upang ang buhay ay kumbaga malagay pa sa panganib, no? Itong ating mga kababayan. Ilan lang ito sa mga katanungan kailangang diretsahang masagot. And this matter should be settled categorically and with absolute certainty. Hanggang may anay sa hanay ng mga nasa likod ng pampublikong infrastruktura, guguho lang na parang buhangin at masasayang ang dapat sana'y kaligtasan at kaginhawaan ng ating mga kababayan. Tama na yung lesson learned. Let this be the last. We owe no one, no less to, kumbaga sa taong bayan. Kaya, Mr. Chair, alam kong kayang-kaya mo yan, so leave it to you, Mr. Chair. Thank you very much.
Senator, thank you for your very exhaustive and comprehensive opening statement. I will adapt your statement, and I'd just like to explain. I was going to defer to the Committee on Public Works, pero yun nga, June 2 pa kasi magsesesyon, dun palang marirefer yung resolution as mentioned by Senator Revilla. So I asked Senator Pia Cayetano and she agreed that we can do it motu proprio, but that's why I included, in order to ensure public safety, we should look at the bidding, planning, construction, inspection, testing, and how DPWH deals with errant and abusive contractors. No? Hindi ko po nilalahat, hindi namin nilalahat. Sa dami ng infrastructure, 1 trillion. Marami sa infrastructure na ginagamit natin araw-araw mabuti. So I don't want to create the impression na, we don't want faulty generalization here. Ha? Ayaw natin na yung mga police ganito, yung mga DPWH ganyan, di ba? In the same manner na it's unfair to say all politicians are like this or like that, no? Having said that, we have to get to the bottom of this. So one line lang yung opening statement ko, then one administrative matter, no? Ang Hudyo, ang Muslim at Kristiyano ay pare-parehong nirerespeto si Propetang Jeremiah. At ang sinabi niya, "For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Yun daw ang sinabi ng Panginoon. So I just want to remind everyone na kung may plano ang Diyos na maganda, may plano din ang demonyo. Diba? Sabi, ang demonyo is here to cheat, to steal, and to destroy. So we want a country that builds communities, honors God's, a community that transforms. Yung intention ng bridge na to is really to transform the countryside, di ba? Gateway to sa Cordilleras at napakagandang project. Pero now, it's a symbol of, I won't say, no, kasi sabi nung iba, yung design, sabi nung iba, yung contractor, etc. But now, let me just say, so far, it's a symbol of our failure as a government. So I want to focus on that and give you there. But before that, just one administrative matter. Sino ang regional director noong 2018 doon sa Region 2?
The DPWH Regional Director in Region 2 then is Director Melanio Briosos, Your Honor.
Not Director Malaluan?
No. Wala na yata. 2019, Director Malaluan, Your Honor. 2018, I know it's Director Melanio Briosos.
Okay.
Opo.
Sige. Kasi Director Malaluan is now Regional Director of Metro Manila and soon to be promoted, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah.
She will soon be my Assistant Secretary.
Were you present during the budget briefing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Were you present when I said na isa sa pinakalokong contractor sa buong Pilipinas itong J.D. Legazpi na mas marami pa siyang abogado kaso sa engineer?
I was there, Your Honor.
And isa sa infamous cases niya is DOH, billion pesong kontrata, health centers all around the country, nasingil niya ng 15% sabay-sabay yung unang gawa na imposible naman 15% lahat nung nagawa all over the country. I mentioned that. Do you recall it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. The DPWH promised me that they will look into it and they will discipline this contractor. So the decision was to terminate the program. hindi lang pinayagan ni Malaluan, ni Director Malaluan, to them to continue, sulat pa siya ng sulat na payagan sila. So napaka-delayed tong contractor na to. You know, they even forged a document by the local government. May ordinansa na yung lupa, hindi mo pwedeng ilabas ng tagig. They forged. Gumawa silang sariling document na pinayagan daw ng city. And then nung tinutuloy yung kontrata, pangalan ko daw ginamit. Patay kayo kay Senator Alan dahil sinabi niya ituloy yung project. And then ipropromote nyo si Director Malaluan. I will give you the documents. But just to start out the hearing to show you that there are errant DPWH. Sinabi ko na sa hearing na to eh. Dito sa, I don't know if it was this room, na wag nyo kaming paglolokohin pagdating sa infrastructure. So may you look into it, USEC people, and bring it up to the Secretary?
Yes,
Especially if she's going to be your Assistant Secretary, delikado ka.
Yes, I will
Hanggang
inform
huli,
the Secretary.
sumusulat siya na payagan ng ituloy. Tinerminate na, tuloy-tuloy. Nung hindi tineterminate, hindi niya ginagawa yung project. Pinabayaan. Nung tinerminate, ginagawa. Nung sinara yung mga gate, kasi terminated na, sumusulat si Director Malaluan. So that's why, let me start with this question, then I'll turn over to you. Ha? During the term of Secretary Bonoan, 2022 sometime till now, how many contractors have you blacklisted in DPWH?
Let me check our
Sige.
records, Your Honor.
We can go back to that, ha?
Yes,
Pero
Your Honor.
let's look at that and submission. How many contractors are registered with DPWH around the country, and how many have you blacklisted or disciplined, no? Then maybe later on you can also give us the statistics, ilan yung delayed at hindi. Nakasalanan ng contractor, ha?
Yes, of course.
Hindi problema yung weather or may stoppage by whoever, no? So sir, sinong magpe-present ng timeline?
I will do the presentation, Your Honor.
Sige sir, the floor is yours, sir. Thank you.
Your Honor, this is the chronology of event that started 2013. In 2013, the project was conceived and the plans were prepared by the joint venture of UTCP, Part Consult and Schema, and approved by Secretary Rogelio Singson during that time. That was 2013, Your Honor. And based on the approved plans, Your Honor, the bidding was conducted for phase 1.
Sir, sorry, just for clarity para hindi maiwan. So in 2013 original dead. So hindi to design and build. So
Hindi siya, yes, Your Honor.
you bidded out the design.
Yeah, we bidded out the
Okay.
design separately, but to a design consultant,
So
Your
you
Honor.
approved the design 2013.
2013, Your
Then
Honor.
ang binid nyo na yung construction na.
Yung construction,
Yeah. Go ahead,
yes,
sir.
Your Honor. On 2014, November, the first phase was bid out, and the start of the construction immediately after the bidding. On June 2016, phase 2.
So sir, who won the contract nung November 14? Just so that we don't go back and forth.
RD Interior Junior Construction, Your
Okay.
Honor.
Then did they subcontract that out or not?
I don't have any idea, but I think they did not
Okay.
subcontract it out, Your Honor.
Tama ba? Nandito ba sila?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, may subcontractors kayo dyan?
Wala kaming
Sige.
subcon, Your Honor,
Yeah.
but yung mga steel, kasi steel bridge yan.
Yes.
We-
We're just clarifying the timeline, so feel free to fill in the blanks as we go along.
Yes,
just
sir.
so that hindi na natin balikan. So
Yes,
no
sir.
subcontract, but tuloy nyo na sir, but the steel,
The steel components was supplied by a
Yes.
reputable steel company.
which is
Grand-
standard naman ho, di ba?
Which, yes,
Yes,
Grand
okay.
Span, Your Honor.
Okay.
The phase 2, Your Honor, that includes the the construction of 4 spans of the Arc Bridge worth 236 million was bid out. Let me point out that the first phase, 12 spans ho kasi yung Arc Bridge, 8 spans siya, 1 to 8, and the phase 2,
Sir, sandali.
Opo.
2014,
Opo.
hindi ba nag-retrofit kayo ng 2015?
Hindi po, hindi.
Wala.
Wala, Your Honor.
So yung after the first 8 spans, there was no retrofitting for the first 8.
Wala pa ho.
So you
Your
went
Honor.
straight
You
to
went
the
straight
phase
to
2.
the phase 2.
Okay.
That involves 4 spans, Your Honor.
So just to clarify, sir, yung phase 1, 18,
8.
1 to 8, no?
1 to 8 Arc Bridge.
Yung
Yes,
9
Your
to
Honor.
12, san yung additional 4
Karugtang din niya,
spans?
Your Honor.
Was it at the Santa Maria side
Yeah,
or Cabagan side?
Yes, Your Honor, it's at the Santa Maria side.
So yung additional 4 is the Santa Maria side?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that was added because you say may flooding dun sa landing, tama ba?
Hindi pa, Your Honor, because actually the plan is for 12 spans.
Okay.
But
So
because
the
of the
original plan by the Cañete group was for 12
funding,
talaga?
for 12 spans. Your
Tama yun, sir? For 12 talaga, okay.
Honor. Yes, Your Honor. So the 4 spans was bid out, and also the notice to proceed was also issued for the remaining 4 spans. Then, on October 2017, there is an extension of the bridge because instead of the original plan of embankment, because it is a floodplain, Your Honor, considering that the Cagayan River meanders during flood, so it needs an extension. So what was prepared is a pre-stressed girder bridge. Pre-stressed concrete girder. So that was also bid out on October 2017, Your Honor.
And how much was that contract, sir? Or yung plan pa lang ang binid out nun?
Your Honor, the plan was already done
Okay.
in-house by the Region 2 engineers. Our
So what-
planning engineers in Region 2 did the design.
So the approval in 2017 for the bridge extension,
Yes, Your
kailan
Honor.
ang bidding for the actual? Yun yung phase 3?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
That's a phase 3.
So, sir, can we go back? So far, when did the original contract start?
2014, Your Honor.
2014, how much po yun? 413.
413, that's the contract
Then
amount, Your Honor.
2016,
2016,
236.
236 million,
Okay.
Your Honor.
And then yung
2019,
153.
153, Your Honor.
Okay. In between, walang retrofitting yan, ha?
Wala pa po.
Wala.
During that
Okay.
time, wala pa. But there are some variation orders pagka meron ho, just to suit the
Yeah.
actual.
When did the actual construction in the Santa Maria side start?
Actually, the Santa Maria side, sir, is the four spans, remaining 4 spans, started in 2016.
2016.
Yes, Your Honor.
Sorry, can you...
2016. Go back on 2016. That's the Santa Maria side, actually, Your Honor.
Okay.
Phase 2 is the Santa Maria side.
So when you say completion, sir, yun yung
Yung for the
for the phase 2.
for the
Pero hindi
eight-
pa na-complete niyan, no?
Hindi pa,
Oo.
Your Honor.
Okay. So 2019 tayo.
In
Phase
2019
three.
rin yung phase 3, Your Honor, that,
Okay.
that involves the construction of the extension or the construction of, instead of the embankment, it is now the pre-stressed concrete girder.
Okay. And then,
And then but before that, Your Honor, there was already a perceived failure doon sa ginagawa. While the project is ongoing, in June 7, Our government project engineer submitted a report to to his
June
regional
7, sir, ng...
2018, Your Honor.
Okay.
There was a report submitted by the project engineer when he discovered of a structural failure on the concrete slab of span 8, which
Who reported that, sir?
the project engineer, Your Honor.
Project. And who was the regional director then?
The regional director then is Director Melanio Briosos, Your Honor.
Okay. And Director
Director
Maluluan
Briosos.
took over 2019.
2019.
Okay. Let's have the names, sir, para lang we know what they did or
Yes,
anong...
we will-
Usually, sir, ganon, yung report nung sinabi nyo, usually who has to take action?
It was to be the action should be taken by the regional director. But
Okay.
they elevated it to the central office, Your
Okay,
Honor.
in this case.
In this
Which is
case,
regular
because-
naman, di ba?
Yes,
You can
because-
give it to the regional
because-
director,
yes.
you can hire.
Yes, and
Can I have a copy
elevate
of that report, ha?
Yes, Your
Oh.
Honor.
Okay. And what did the report basically say?
The report basically says that there is a failure 1 day after the pouring of concrete on the span 8, Your Honor. And also,
Span 8. Ano ba yung bumaksak? Anong span?
actually, span number 3.
3.
Number 3? Number 3, Your
Number
Honor.
3. Pero yung nakita sa span 8.
8,
Okay.
yung failure during the
Sir,
construction.
Ngayon ko na itatanong to kasi just so that sa timeline and tinanong sa akin ng media to kanina. Tama ba sagot ko? Tinanong nila ako about testing. Sabi ko, it's not a final project, then you test it. It's as you go on, continuous yung testing dyan, di ba?
That's-
Di ba kinukuha yung
That's
konkreto
absolutely-
dyan,
absolutely
pinapadala
right, Your Honor.
sa UP ba?
Hindi, we have our own laboratory.
You have your own laboratory.
And the contractor, they have their own laboratory also,
So,
Your Honor.
but let's enumerate that kind of test. How
Yes.
often at what kind of test do you do as you...
We have a manual for that. For every certain quantity, Your Honor, there is a corresponding test to be made.
Okay. So sa bakal at saka sa
bakal,
concrete.
konkreto, lahat
And
po
since this
yan.
is a bridge, diretso sa laboratory, di ba? Kasi
Yes,
if
Your
this
Honor.
was a building, you might have a quantity, what do you call that? Surveyor, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor. But again, based
But since
on...
this is simple concrete at saka bakal more or less, it's standard na dinediretso to sa laboratory.
Yes,
di
Your
ba?
Honor.
Okay. So, give us a copy of the manual. Then, how do you check kung in accordance with the manual na susunod? Do you
Yes,
have a
Your
punch list or checklist?
We will do that, Your Honor.
No, do you have? Do
Yes,
they
of
have?
course, because we do every project, Your Honor, be it a small project or a big project, we do have a
Yes.
testing
So-
requirement.
So since it's already 2 weeks since this happened, have we checked whether na they did test every step of the way? Wala pa.
I presume nangyari yun.
Sino bang chief investigator ngayon? Sino bang nag-iimbestiga nito?
Sa umpisa, Your Honor, initially we sent a team coming from the Bureau of Design and Bureau of Construction. But now, because of the numerous discussion that is being done, whether it was due to the construction plan, design, so we need to consult also. We have already written a letter to the Association of Structural Engineers of the Philippines
To help.
to assist us.
So
in the evaluation.
are you
It
doing
will,
a committee?
Yes, Your Honor, we have just subjected that. But the ASEP, or the Association of Structural Engineers, prefer that there should be a committee composed of several
Yes.
organizations.
So number 1, sir, may report ba yung unan yung pinadala na
Meron,
taga...
Your Honor. Meron.
Ano nakalagay sa report? Did they follow the testing?
The initial report, Your Honor, they investigated only the failures. What was...
Hindi ba, sir, part ng failure? Tignan mo sa testing. Kasi kung sa testing pumasa lahat, hindi ba logical yon?
First of all, Your Honor, it is mandatory for our field offices that all testing must be conducted. That test results should
Yes, sir.
be attached.
But it's mandatory na hindi bumagsak yung bridge, bumagsak eh.
Oo nga.
So obviously, someone there did not follow what's mandatory. That's why you should check kung ano yung mga testing, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
O, kasi may conclusion na eh, na it was the, who made the conclusion that it was the design? Obviously, the President will not say that unless it came from DPWH, di ba?
No, it's not actually a conclusion until such time that the forensic investigation will be conducted, Your Honor.
But you did
But again,
submit a report to the President.
It was only the report of the approximate cause, which is the overloaded truck, including the failures, perceived failures on the.
So it wasn't conclusive.
It is not yet conclusive.
Okay,
because
no,
we have to
kasi
review it.
I asked around eh. Maganda ang reputation ng Cañete. I asked around. I just, ano lang, kasi maliit, marami, pero maliit naman yung industriya eh. So tinanong ko lang, ano ba ang reputation ng Cañete Group? Sabi, maganda reputation. If they did the design, it shouldn't fail. So of course, sir, that doesn't mean it's conclusive. It just means that under the normal course, they're one of the go-to guys. But you submitted to the Office of the President, perceived, and then binanggit na.
There was actually a failure. We don't know whether it's a failure of the design, Your Honor,
Okay.
because there
So-
was a submitted report as early as July 18, June 18.
Yes, sir. But anyone can submit a report eh, and normal sa ganito na magturuan. So before we submit to the Office of the President, we have to make sure that may stamp na ninyo, may conclusion nyo. Diba? So if the contractor says, it's not me, it's the design. If the designer says, no, it's the contractor. If the contractor says, no, it's the DPWH official, sinabi niyang ganito, you can either submit it as raw to the Office of the President, or you can put a conclusion. Now, we further investigated, eto conclusion namin. So my next question is, have you suspended anyone preventive suspension?
Actually, Your Honor, we have a suspension.
No, yes or no, sir? As of today, this morning, now as we speak, may preventive suspension kayo, wala?
Wala pa doon,
Okay.
Your Honor.
Nakita niyo ho yung hinaras na rider sa Bohol ng LTO? Nakita niyo sa news 'yan? Kayo sa mga kapatid natin sa DPWH, nakita niyo 'yan? I think si General is So meron hinaras mga taga LTO kasi nakita kutsilyo, yung pala magsasaka. Right there and there, preventive suspension. Less than 1 week, tanggal. 2 weeks na, wala pa kayong preventive suspension. So, kung meron kalokohan dyan sa design, sa testing, napalitan na by now. Kasi the purpose of the preventive suspension, whoever is there, is not to say you're guilty. Di ba? So, ngayon, for example, I'm in charge sa Senate, nung new Senate building. Kung may mangyari ngayon dyan, dapat I am barred from dealing with anything there or my predecessor. Kasi nga, may access kami sa mga dokumento. Di ba? So, that's my point. What kind of investigation are you doing? That's why I want your secretary here. Parang hindi kayo seryoso sa, sabi ni Senator Revilla, heads have to roll. How will they roll if you allow them to talk to people, to do everything, etc.? Di ba? If you were the guilty person, no? If I was the guilty person, what will I do? I'll cover up, di ba? I'll get the plans, I'll talk to Engineer Cañete, I'll talk to Mr. Pablo Resines, I'll talk to Ricardo Interior, I'll talk to everyone. Di ba? That's why you have a preventive suspension during the investigation. Walang personalan yon. And that's why the preventive suspension is a limited period. Para matapos mo rin. So kung sabihin mong 15 days yung preventive suspension, di ba? So sa 15 days, bibilisan mo yung investigation kasi kawawa naman yung official na yon na walang kamalay-malay, pero preventive suspend mo precisely to protect the investigation. So, sir, pasensya na, and you're the one here, but I should tell this to Secretary. Parang hindi kayo seryoso sa investigation na to. Wala kayong, so right now, there's no point person in the investigation. Oh, so right now, no one was preventively suspended. Oh. Do you have a central repository right now of all the documents?
Na-retrieve na ho namin lahat yung mga documents. Your
So, all of the...
Lahat ho.
Yung testing.
Including the test results.
Oo.
It is with the
Sige.
regional office, Your Honor.
So, you will provide us a copy?
Yes, Your Honor.
When? Monday?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
Monday.
Okay. Can you, so that, sir, sorry, sir, may glare eh. Sir Matias?
Yes, I'm the OIC.
Yes, Sir Matias. Let's, I can send a stop or you can do it yourself. Let's label it and put it in, Sir Pipo, with your approval. Ayusin po natin, Yusek, yung in chronological. Parang korte, para Annex A, B, C, para pare tayong hindi hirap. No?
Yes, Your Honor.
So,
We'll do that.
if you welcome this investigation, we will do it parallel with you. Di ba? Para yung hindi nyo basta nasusupina, you don't have subpoena powers, right? But of course, you have powers over your personnel and the documents dahil nasa custody nyo. Di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
But otherwise, you cannot subpoena people unless... Is any other agency investigating this? Is the PNP or NBI? Have you asked them? No.
NBI wrote a letter asking us to give a report.
Yes.
But I think...
No, I'm not criticizing. I'm just saying kasi pag sila, meron silang powers to either summon or kaya pag hindi sumunod, they can apply for a subpoena eh. Di ba? So, sir, right now, sinong tentative head ng investigation?
We made a proposal, Your Honor. Aside from the first investigation that was conducted, we are going to form a committee
Okay.
that it will...
So, can you ask the secretary to do that today
Yes,
or
Your-
Monday? Kasi nga, 2 weeks na po eh.
Yes, Your Honor. Preferably
Okay.
Monday, Your Honor, because the Secretary...
So at this point, can I also request that, are you also investigating the 2 bridges na binanggit sa report ni Jessica Soho? What's the name of
What's
the...
the name?
Sinulat mo ba?
Pangil Bay Bridge, the way
Yes,
bridge
yes.
connecting Misamis
Yes.
Occidental and Lanao del Norte.
Are you also looking into that? Or
Actually,
walang
there was-
issue doon?
May issue na, Your Honor. Actually, what failed there is the wearing course or the asphalt.
Sige. No, give us a brief na lang. Wag muna lahat ng
Ano
dokumento.
na yun, Your Honor? Napapalitan na nila.
Yeah, but ang question ko, sir, sino nagbayad nung pinalitan? Yung contractor or
It's the contractor.
the
Your
contractor?
Honor.
Okay.
It's the
So,
contractor, under their warrant.
anything that you are confident that walang anomalya and just give us a 1-page, 2-page report. Na ganito nangyari, ganito, di ba?
Yes,
But anything that sounds fishy or looks fishy to you, meaning, for example, nasa warranty pa, ilan ang pag-bridge ba, gaano katagal ang warranty?
The fixed liability period is 1 year. However, the warranty for the entire structure is 15 years.
15 years. Yun sa procurement law yun, eh, no?
Yes.
Hindi naman nagbago sa bagong procurement law, no? 15 years pa rin.
Hindi naman nagbago.
So meaning if it falls squarely under that 15-year period, meaning yung defect falls under that, kailangan ang gumastos ng retrofitting o pagpapaayos doon, yung contractor.
Yung contractor, yes,
Tama,
Your Honor.
di ba? Oo. Unless it's a design flaw, then hindi yung contractor.
Yes, Your Honor.
If it's a design flaw, you have to sue the designer. Tama ba yan?
They should be. They should be the one
But
responsible, Your
don't
Honor.
you have a parang protocol na dyan? Kasi nga, you have a 1 trillion peso budget this year. So, of course, anyone, for example, iPhone ang bilhin mo o rubber shoes, you want to make sure na if you spend 5,000 pesos on that rubber shoes, pag nasira, you have to know, pwede bang i-return, aayusin ba, anong gagawin, di ba? So, di ba kasama yun sa kontrata ng DPWH, sir, na kapag may problema, pag hindi mo in-accept, hindi mo babayaran.
Yes.
Di ba? But, bago mo by the time na hindi mo bayaran na tapos, hanggang magkano ba ngayon ang binibigay natin na kapag what do you call that, sir, yung binabayaran mo habang
Yung,
progress billing?
Progress billing, Your Honor.
Hanggang ilan % ang progress billing natin ngayon?
For projects below 100 million, we are allowed only to pay up to 90%, then 95% for projects above 100 million.
So, medyo mabigat. No, I do understand na if you don't give progress billing, ilan lang contractor makakakuha ng malaking project kasi it's hard to have that much capital. But ang problema mo ng hanggang 90-95%, pag hindi mo inaccept, 5% na lang ang problema nila. So if they made 20%, baliwala na sa kanila yung 5%. Demandahan na tayo, and it takes time sa korte. So you should also review that. It should be enough for the contractor to continue. But, so for example, no, assuming nakakuha na ng 90%, may bond ba yan?
Meron, Your Honor.
Yung ano
Every
equivalent
pro-
ng bond?
Yung equivalent amount of the bill,
Okay.
Your Honor.
So pag hindi mo in-accept, you can go after the bond.
Yes, of course,
Okay.
Your Honor.
You can go back for 100%, not
Yes,
just for
of
the
course,
5%.
if it will be 100% effective,
That's
Your
good. So having said that, shouldn't you already have a protocol na pagka nagka-problema, in-accept nyo na, nagka-problema yung bridge, o kung contractor, parang mind mapping lang yun di ba? Kung contractor, and within the 15 years, kayo magko-complete. Kung design, what do you do to the designer? Ang designer, walang bond, di ba?
So far, wala tayong mga fixed na
That's
policy tungkol
why
doon, Your
dapat mas mahigpit tayo sa nagdi-design kaso sa contractor. Kasi yung contractor, you can go after their band or ban them. Ang designer is a different, di ba? That's why importante yung designers, magaganda yung reputation, di ba? So, sige sir, you wanna finish the presentation?
Your Honor, in 2020, after the observation or the report submitted by the project engineer, there was the department hired a consultant for the evaluation of the as-built condition. Meaning, kung ano po yung natrabaho niya, we hired an independent consultant to evaluate para makita ho where the failure lies. And the updating was done by urban engineers, JF Kansyo, PTC engineers, and PTC engineers joint venture.
Sir,
And,
2 questions on that.
yes, Your Honor.
First, you got a consultant in 2020 nung sinubmit yung as-built.
Nung sinubmit yung as-built, no, it's not the as-built condition, Your Honor. They submitted we asked for a consultant when there is already a failure doon sa
Okay,
bridge.
so iklaro ko lang yan. Kasi you can get a consultant from the
because,
start
we
and you
have-
can get a consultant pag may
Yes.
problema na. Okay.
Nagkaroon kasi ng argument whether it is through the fault of the
Yes.
contractor.
But I'll
or
bring
the
this up
designer.
now because I brought this up in 2022 and if you remember, medyo binupa ako ng ibang taga-DPWH kasi tinatanong ko, bakit hindi involved yung Bureau of Design? At ang sagot nyo sa akin noong 2022, budget hearing for 2023, kasi kaya na nung region yung design. Kaya hindi na involved yung design. That's why I want to ask the Secretary, not you, Yusek Pipo, kasi obviously iba yung ano mo. But I'll leave that as a question you ask the Secretary. Ang sagot niya sa akin nung budget hearing nung 2022 to 23, Sir, kaya na ng region. O hindi pala. Kumukuha ka pa pala ng consultant. So like in this project, was the Bureau of Design involved at any point in time?
Actually, they are the ones who procured the
design.
The design consultant.
From the start.
From the start, including the retrofit.
No, so when who bidded out yung kay Engineer Cañetes
And
group,
it's the Bureau of Design, Your Honor.
not the regional director?
Not the regional director.
So the Bureau of Design is involved.
Yes, Your Honor.
What projects are they involved? Ano silang hindi involved?
Dito lang
So,
sa
basta't bad bridge
dito
yan?
lang sa phase 3, meaning yung simple
So kaya nga, so sa phase 1 hindi involved ang
hindi
Bureau of
involved,
Design.
hindi
So
po. Phase 2 hindi rin
so
po.
yun ang tatanong ko kay Secretary. Bakit nyo hindi ini-involve pag malalaking project from phase 1? No, submit to me a one-pager. What's the process now about the Bureau of Design? Just so that we know. This is an academic discussion. Kasi tanong ko yon with the budget and the talent of the people in the Bureau of Design, I was just wondering, bakit hindi ginagamit sa mga ibang mga projects na malalaki? Di ba? So I don't mind kung ang policy nyo ngayon is that the district engineer or the regional can do it, so be it, di ba? But if all of them will be hiring consultants, doon ako binunod, sinabi ko, kung hindi nyo rin gagawin, i-abolish. So, nalilito lang ako kung gusto nyo na may Bureau of Design o hindi.
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, ganito po kasi yan. We have delegated authorities for every field offices. For the district engineer, they are allowed for up to 150 million
Yes,
pesos.
to bid projects.
Hindi, including approval of plans, Your Honor. Preparation and approval of
And then
plans.
sa regional director?
Except bridges more than 75 meters.
Okay.
Then, for
But
the regional director-
is this bridge more than 75?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, so bakit hindi involved ang Bureau of Design sa phase 1?
Hindi involved siya, Your Honor.
You said kanina phase 3 na.
Phase 3 ang hindi siya involved.
Why siya hindi involved?
Yun na lang po yung mga kinaya na ng regional office
Yeah.
to prepare kasi it's now more or less simpleng structure na lang.
Yes, and kaya lang may bumaksak.
Hindi po yun kasi...
Hindi yun yung bumaksak. But you look at the bridge as a totality.
Yeah, okay,
Di ba? So parang for me, it's not smart that in-exclude natin yung Bureau of Design.
But it was prepared, Your Honor, by the regional office and approved by the Bureau
Sige,
of Design.
that's why nga sir, I won't get in a debate.
Okay.
I just want to fully understand, and then Senator Revilla naman is online sa DPWH. I do understand kung may amounts, etc. But I do want to know yung capability ng Bureau of Design, kailan nyo ginagamit, etc., etc. Di ba? Kasi nga, we have a 1 trillion peso budget sa DPWH. So I assume that every bureau has to be firing at all pistons, di ba? Oo.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, sir, so evaluation of as-built, did you submit as-built sa amin?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, so nasa amin na rin. Okay. So, sir, all throughout this, so mali yung news reports na may retrofitting.
Meron yun, Your Honor. Meron.
Kailan na yung retrofitting, sir?
The retrofitting started on, because it was the recommendation of the consultant that was hired to evaluate the failure or the defects. On the
Balikan natin yun, sir. Sir, yung defects which triggered this was on
July 20,
span number
number 7, Your Honor.
Number
eight.
number 8. Number 8. Okay. So, sige po, let's go back to 2022.
Then,
So 2020,
Sa
as-built updating.
opo. And
Yeah,
that's-
updating kasi may bagong bridge code.
May bagong bridge
Okay.
code. Including-
And the bridge code did not deal with, it dealt basically with seismic, di ba?
including the design, the load assumptions, Your Honor.
The load. Ano ba yung load na ginawa nyo from the start?
From the start, Your Honor, originally the load is it's called the load factor design. On the during the retrofitting, they
Originally, sir, ano ang load factor design natin?
that's they call that the load factor design for the
Yes.
designers, Your Honor.
Ano yung original engineer kanyete? Ano yung binigay sa yung... They give that to you, di ba? They tell you before you design it kung ano yung load factor nila, di ba?
Your Honor, yung ano nila, load factor design is the design philosophy or philosophy. So that was for the 1997 code. That was the prevailing code when I designed the bridge in 2012 and 2013. And then the LRFD, nagbago na yung philosophy ng nung design.
Yeah.
And then
Sorry, sir. Sir Yusek and Sir Engineer. What I meant is that, di ba, sinasabi nyo, eto yung limit nung load kaya bumaksak, di ba? So, ang basically tinatanong ko in layman's term is, nung pinadesign nyo, ano yung limit, gaano kabigat? Was it 44 tons as reported sa media? Yeah, so, sir, so when it was designed, you asked them to design it na yung limit is 44 tons.
Yes, that's
Okay.
based on the existing bridge code of the Philippines.
No, no. The bridge code gives you the standard. Depende gaano kalaki mo gusto yung bridge.
Yes, Your Honor, but the loading, the areas.
The loading is the same for any bridge? Mali yun, di ba? What was the original load design?
I think it's best if it will be.
Okay, when in the 1997 code, which was LFD, we designed it for a truck load. But in the 2015 code, the RFD, it was the same. It's the same truck, but this time, may puno na siya ng traffic, may lane loading na siyang kasabay. But yung kasabay niyang traffic are already mga light vehicles, So, that's the main difference nung sa vehicular loading ng 2015 code saka 1997
So how many tons
code.
po? How many tons?
Basically, yung 1997 code, siya eh.
Sir, na-confuse lang ako and I'm not an engineer, I have to admit. But are you telling me whether it's San Juanico Bridge or Guadalupe Bridge or this bridge,
It's the same.
pareho yung tonnage?
Same
na-
loading, same loading.
So do you mean to tell me na kapag ka may more than 44 tons, babaksak din yung Guadalupe Bridge? Akala ko iba-ibang design, depende sa ganong bigat ang gusto nyo. So hindi pare-pareho.
The same loading, patakaiba lang yung magiging members na or yung
Yeah. So I'm saying, sir, there's a standard. Depende kung gaano kabigat ang, 'di ba? May minimum 'yon. Kung gusto natin ganito kabigat, ganito ang pagkagawa. Gusto natin heavier, ganito ang pagkagawa. But are you saying all bridges ay pareho yung
Yes, Your Honor. All
kasi
bridges.
sa news report they saying this was only for light vehicles.
No.
So iba yung load kung light. So hindi totoo na this was for light
No, no, no,
vehicles.
no. It's not really intended for light vehicles, Your Honor. The load may be the same. However, the design now varies depending on the length of the span. So that's what they're now going to design. But the standard loading will still be the same, Your Honor. So kung
do you want to
44
add to
tons
that,
yan,
engineer,
44
or
tons.
enlighten us?
Okay. Yung specific question niyo, sir, Your Honor, na kung San Juanico Bridge yan, hindi ka kaya, 2 lanes kasi siya eh. It's same with the Cabagan Bridge. That's a very important factor. 2 lanes lang kasi siya. When we design, bawat lane may truck. So in essence, I'm saying na naka-design yan 2 truck sabay. But for a 10-wheeler truck na similar yung configuration dun sa truck na naka-tandem sa likod tapos may mga axle sa harapan. Yung tandem sa likod, yun na yung nagdadala nung dump box, nung dump truck. Ang nasa sa bridge signs ng DPWH sa Department Order Series of 2016, 27 tons lang siya. Ganon-ganon din yung design namin kasi ang design namin sa tandem 11 tons tapos mga 4 tons yung front axle, mga 26 tons yan. So ganon ang basihan din nung bridge sign na pinalalagay nila sa lot. So naka-design siya sa truck yung mga Kaya lang sa Guadalupe 4 lanes naman siya o 6 lanes in each direction. Theoretically, kung 4-lane siya, 4 na truck na sabay-sabay. So kung isang overloaded truck lang ang dadaan, kakayanin siya. Kakayanin siya. Yun ang pinakamalaking
But
pinagkaiba.
in this case kasi, sir, isang truck lang naman yung dumadaan, di ba?
Yeah.
Tapos yung initial na sinabing masyadong mabigat, the truck owner tested it. Nilagay nila. Hindi naman pala ganun yung tonnage, di ba?
But still more than double ng 27 tons.
So how much was the 61? Oo. So sir, yung sinabi mo sa bagong code, 'di ba? Yung naka-traffic na. So pag naka-traffic na, ilan ang kakayanin na nandun lahat na hindi dapat bumaksak yung bridge?
Mga kasi yung kasabay niya sa traffic is mga 0.9 tons per meter. So mo-multiply mo yun sa 60.
Sige. Can we do that? Kasi sir, tatlo yung possibilities, 'di ba? One, may design flaw kaya bumaksak. Two, substandard kaya ginawa, kaya bumaksak. And third, yung sinasabing walang problema sa design, walang problema din sa construction, pero overloaded nga siya. Pero syempre, you cannot take away from people now how safe do they feel in the Philippine bridges kung ganun ang sitwasyon. Kasi ang overloading sa Philippines, uso talaga eh. Di ba? Whether jeep yan na may tao sa ibabaw, whether truck yan na punong-puno and everything, di ba? So meaning, for example, sa Guadalupe Bridge, are you saying kung ganun din, kung may couple of trucks na ganun, babaksak din yun, di ba? So, no, I'm not making a conclusion yet, di ba? There might be more possibilities than that, but that's the, right now. So, are we saying that isa lang na ganun yung bigat, talagang babaksak siya?
That's why we are going to form a committee, Your Honor, to investigate what really happened. Is it really the design, the construction, or the overloading? So we could pinpoint the responsibility as well as the real cause of it.
What test did you do after?
After the
Nung bumagsak?
incident.
Nag-coring na ba kayo?
Hindi pa, Your Honor.
hindi ba standard yun?
Just an ocular inspection
Yusek,
on the failures.
hindi ba, napaka-basic nun? Na after bumagsak, i-preserve, i-coring nyo na, kung kailangan nyo i-x-ray para makita nyo yung bakal at
Nandun pa naman, Your Honor. We're
Yeah,
gonna still do
but
that.
kailan natin It's 2 weeks
Yeah.
na eh. So, hindi urgent to sa DPWH?
We find it urgent, Your Honor.
So, shouldn't you have done that the first few days? Di ba? If this was private, di ba? If it happened to my building, I don't have a building, but let's say it happened to my building, bumaksak, thank God there wasn't anyone there. In this case, there was someone there. Hindi ba ipapaano ko kagad, kahit invasive na yung test, pagagawa ko na kagad para malaman ko na kagad?
Definitely, Your Honor, will be giving you the test results.
Oh,
regarding
so for
coordination.
example, does the contractors, and again, no offense, but the contractors have other contracts pending with DPWH?
I think they still have contracts with us, Your
Oh.
Honor.
So wouldn't it be safe for them and for us if you did the test right away and already told the people right away? Kasi kung tinest nyo kaagad, sabihin nyo walang problema sa konkreto, walang problema sa bakal, de at least nakahinga na yung contractor at wala rin silang problema. And then hindi na natin kailangan tignan yung iba nilang ginagawa ngayon. But while that's pending, half of the people think it's a design flaw, half of the people think it's few people think it was really just overloading per se. It might be the case, but public perception matters in a democracy kasi yan ang tingin ng tao eh. How long will it take you for that test?
The regional director is here, Your Honor. They may start immediately the test of the material.
Can you start immediately so that in our next hearing we will?
Including the test.
Or do you want nga kasi that committee to?
As a matter of fact, Your Honor, so that it will be a composite team, so that it will not be too self-serving, just in case that the
No,
DPWH.
that is smart, sir.
Yes.
Not to involve kasi nga kung DPWH investigates DPWH, di ba? But if you did a combination of preventive suspensions getting either the NBI, the PNP to witness or whatever, and number 3, mabilis yung test, sana nire-report nyo na lang yung findings ngayon sa hearing rather than us investigating this like this. Di ba? Can you take note of that? Kasi baka isang output natin nung committee na to. At sana hindi na kailangan ng legislation, maybe an administrative order by the secretary of how to deal with events like this. 'Di ba? Na within ganitong hours we do this, within ganitong hours we do that, 'di ba? I don't expect you to preventively suspend half of DPWH or 'di ba? But at the very least, 'di ba, yung sa public perception na prinotektahan nyo yung investigasyon. So the regional director is new. Yes, sir. So walang problema sa iyo, sir.
Since November, Your Honor.
November. Oo. So sige, sir. Tapusin na lang natin to, then we can evaluate.
Then, after that, Your Honor, based on the proposal of the third-party consultant, they prepared plans for the retrofitting, and the retrofitting works was started on May 2023.
And who paid for the retrofitting, sir?
It's the department, Your Honor. It's a Bureau of Design.
Why? What was the finding of the consultant? Ano yung failure?
Yes, Your Honor. Based on the report of the project engineer and the regional director, there are numerous cracks now noticed on the finished arc as well as the finished.
Di ba, sir, kung may cracks, contractor yan?
That's why they determine, Your
No,
Honor.
no, sir. Binid out nyo eh. So, gobyerno nagbayad, hindi yung contractor. So, nung nakita nyo may problema, tama naman na may consultant, tama naman na i-retrofit. Pero hindi nyo pina-retrofit sa contractor. Binayaran ng gobyerno.
Yes, Your Honor.
So,
That's another contract, Your Honor.
oh, isn't that an anomaly? Kung may cracks, sinong dapat magbayad? Wala pang 15 years yan.
That's what we want actually to look into, Your Honor, because according to the contractor is here. What they have done is as per design and everything.
Yes, sir.
was done as per
Whether as per design o hindi, kung may crack, sino mananagot? So, nagpapagawa kayo ng bahay, sir. Sabi ng contractor, as design, wala kang problema sa design. O may cracks, ikaw magbabayad ng crack?
During that time, Your Honor, they just don't know whether it was the design, it's a faulty design.
So, shouldn't the department have evaluated that before they bidded it out?
I think there was already, the findings only was the one that was
Yeah, the finding is may
may
problema.
problema, yes, Your Honor.
O, hindi nyo nilagay sa finding, ano nag-cause ng problema? Eh, may warranty ka eh.
Hindi, Your Honor.
Hindi what, sir?
Hindi nakalagay doon sa
Hindi kasama sa warranty pagka mayroong cracks. Kawawa naman tayo. So, yung 1 trillion budget natin this year, pagka nagka-cracks yun, retrofit?
Hindi.
Alam ko sa retrofitting, sir, is ano eh, may problema ka sa original or nag-upgrade ka. Yun ang ibig sabihin ng retrofitting. Kung nag-upgrade ka, no problem. Kasi hindi kasama sa kinontrata mo dun sa kontrata. Pero kung binabalikan mo yung problema nun, hindi dapat gobyerno magbabayad nun. Kasi nga, problema nung ano yon. Of course, it's the defense of the contractor kung sasabihin nilang hindi sila may kasalanan kaya nag-crack yun. Oh. So the department did not even, and the consultants did not have a conclusion kung kung bakit nag-crack.
Your Honor, we did not. We haven't. I don't know what transpired after that.
Yeah. Can you look into it, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
But you get my point.
Yes, Your
Di ba? Na hindi, kasi dun pa lang,
So, yes.
ano
Your
na,
Honor.
does the contractor want to say anything at this point? Go ahead, sir, ha? Kasi this is a fact-finding. We want to know the facts. Nung nagka-crack, sir, anong cause supposedly?
First of all, sir, yung sinasabi ni USEC people na retrofitting, it is a result of the third-party consultant, Your Honor. Dahil dun sa findings
Sir, according to them, yung third party kinuha lang because yung regional director may nakita na problema sa eighth na span.
yes, sir.
Oo. So may nakita daw na problema. Ano yung problema na yon? Hindi kinommunicate sa inyo?
Yun ang kwan.
Kayo din ba, sir, gumawa nung retrofitting? Hindi na.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh. So, anong inayos nyo?
Yung plano na ginawa nung third-party consultant, Your
Which was what? May binalot ng bakal? May what was it?
Nire-retrofit nila lahat yung mga girders, Your Honor.
Strinente nila.
Members, yes.
Oh, so ano lumalabas sa iyo? Bakit kinailangan i-retrofit 'yon? Is it because may design flaw or because may nagcrack or what? Do you admit na may nagcrack?
Yes, Your Honor, meron. Pero minimal cracks lang, parang...
Aesthetic.
Yes.
But hindi aesthetic po ang 275 million. Okay, can you look into it and give us a better explanation para alam natin kung bakit? Kasi that's 2020 na. Malayo na yan sa 2015 na bridge code, and sinabi mo nga it wasn't the bridge code, it was the crack on the 8th.
Yes, Your Honor. That includes the crack on the 8th. And
Yeah, but hindi ba basic kasi, Yusek, na bago mo pabayarin yung gobyerno at hindi pa naman tapos yung kontrata, hindi pa accepted, malaman muna sino may kasalanan.
Actually, Your Honor, hindi pa ho bayad yung mga kontrata.
No,
for the
but
first
you
phase.
bidded out the 275 eh. So, when you bid out the 275, kung hindi bumaksak yan, babayaran yung contractor. Pera ng tao yan. That could have been how many classrooms? Sa 1 million pesos, that could be 275 that could have been 275 classrooms, di ba? We cannot bid out. When we bid out, we assume that yung natapos na was all well and done, di ba? Did you consult the original designer about the retrofit?
I think, yes, Your Honor, kasama siya
Tama
sa
ba,
mga meetings.
sir? Were you consulted about the retrofit?
Yung binagit ni USEC, sir, was yung damage nung pero ang main purpose actually nung ang main purpose talaga yung
So basically, sir, sinong gumawa nung designs nung retrofit? Yun ng third party.
yeah, another joint venture.
Did they sit down with you to compare your plans with the others?
No, basically nagpaalam lang sila sa akin na na binago nila
Yung plans.
Actually, we also sent a letter sa DPWH telling them na obsolete na yung design ko. Hindi na siya pwede doon sa 2015 kasi grabe yung increase nung earthquake, yung seismic forces niya.
But tama ba ako, sir? When you do not consult the original designer, and you have a new designer, then he takes responsibility for what happens to the bridge. Kasi ginalaw niyo yung design ng original na hindi niyo ginalaw eh. Di ba?
Yes.
I'm not sure, I'm just talking logic. Kasi kung ako original designer, di ba, I made the car, kinuha niyo si General Mata dahil magaling siya, let's say, sa Ford Mustangs, minodify niya, siya na mananagot kung may problema yung kotse.
Your Honor, we have submitted the design plans for the retrofitting and the good consultant, Engineer Cañete, concurred the plan
Okay.
of the retrofitting works.
So as far as you're concerned,
There was consultation, Your Honor.
there was consent.
Yes, Your Honor.
So anyway, sir, I'm not saying may mali doon. I was just making sure na in order tayo lahat, di ba? But tama ba, sir? When you consent, that means tinignan mo rin yung plano at walang ano sa... or you consented then wrote them na obsolete na.
Yeah. Consent just means na actually I'm glad na saka yun yung recommendation namin na kailangan i-upgrade yung design sa 2015 na code dahil nag-increase na yung load ng vehicular tapos malaki ang in-increase nung
But sir,
earthquake.
eto kasi sinabi hindi naman daw in-upgrade because of the code. Kanina pa yung code dun sa timeline Eto in-upgrade dahil may nakitang problema dun sa 8 span.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, Your Honor, if I may, we hired purposely the third-party consultant because of the report of the project engineer and the regional director that the ongoing bridge has already some defects, some cracks in the arc as well as on the including the shaft that already shifted.
Yes, sir. Ang point ko nga, tama yung nag-report. Tama na kumuha kayo ng third party.
Opo.
Tama na pina-retrofit nyo.
Apo.
Pero nag-stop kayo doon. Bigla nyo charge sa gobyerno yung retrofit. Hindi nyo dinetermine sino may kasalanan ng cracks na yon at yung defect doon sa span na yon.
Siguro.
So you did not protect the... I'm not talking about you, sir. I'm talking about the DPWH. Whoever did that did not protect the DPWH and the Republic of the Philippines, the taxpayer.
Yes,
Ang contractor, parating makikiusap yan. Pagka may problema. Parating makikiusap, of course. Well, hindi naman maliit, but they have a fixed income So kung aayusin mo ng katulad niyan, di ba yung kontrata niya before that was more or less $1 billion. Under the law, how much are they allowed to make? 10%? More or less, di ba? So assuming 10% lang kita nila, that's 100 million. We're charging them 275. So syempre, lalabanan nila yan. But in this case, there wasn't even any demand from them to build it or sagutan from the DPWH and the contractor na may defect, ayusin nyo yan. Yeah. So anyways, Mr. Secretary, can you look into that? Regional Director, if you were not there naman during that time, tignan mo rin yan. Yeah.
We will look into our records, Your Honor. If there is really a communication between the department and the contractor for them to do the
No, and a finding.
rectification
You need a
works.
finding na hindi kasalanan ng contractor to be able to bid it out. Kasi kung kasalanan ng contractor, we have no business bidding it out and paying it for them. Kailangan niya may finding. I will also call COA. Bakit nakalusot sa kanila yan? Baka in the future, you have to determine, you have to change the language of retrofitting na enhancement sa retrofitting na may inaayos na defect para hindi rin nalilito yung COA at tayo. Di ba? Kasi magkaiba yun Pag enhancement yon, hindi problema ng contractor yon. Di ba? Pero kapag inaayos natin ang gawa nila, we have to determine first kung kasalanan nila or hindi. Di ba? Of course, there are, for example, bumaha during that time. And yung baha na yon, sobrang lakas ng agos, tinamaan. Hindi problema ng contractor yon. Di ba? Pwede natin i-retrofit yon. Pero yung walang nangyari at may problema at nag-crack na before 15 years. So the other thing is, why was the retrofit half the price of the original? The original contract for 8 was only 415 million, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
So the retrofit is half of that,
Yes, Your Honor, based on our records, Your Honor.
So will you look into that also? Bakit ganong kalaki yung presyo ng retrofit? So kasi kung ganong kalaki, even if you take out inflation, that means malaki ang problema. Kasi kung yung retrofit mo is 10%, 415, you did 50 million, sabihin mo na may inflation ng 25% o 75 million, di may maliit na problema na inayos. Pero half the contract price eh.
We will look into that, Your Honor, why it was
Sige po,
estimated
let's
that way.
finish up para makabalik pa kayo sa office nyo, sir. Sige, sir. So, 2023, contract for retrofit. After that, sir? '24, second
20
contract for retrofitting. Oh, so hindi pa pala tapos yung retrofitting. Meron pang another 115M.
Part of this, Your Honor, I think was already for the
Sige po, sir. RD can answer. I don't expect naman yung USEC to know all the details.
for yes, Your Honor. The items of work for that particular it's now the painting works as well as the scouring protection works on the piers, Your Honor, and asphalt overlay for the finished bridge, Your Honor.
Yung original ba is asphalt or cemento?
I think it's the original plan. I'm not too sure about it, Your Honor. But I think
RD, do
it's-
you know? Hindi. Oh. But that's relevant, di ba? Kasi kung cemento yon, dapat hindi mo na kailangan i-asphalt overlay. Kung asfalto, then periodic ang pag-overlay, di ba?
Usually, Your Honor, it is just plain concrete.
But concrete, sir,
Surface.
pag kinoncrete, mas mahal, pero you do not have to keep, hindi mo kailangan ng overlay for a period of time. At kung meron man sira yon, di ba, what you call that, yung square mong bubuta at aayusin. Pero ang asphalt, dahil nga we are a tropical country that rains half of the year, you have to keep doing the overlay. Diba? Relevant yon kasi kung concrete at hindi pa namang ginagamit masyado at bakit wala pang 15 years, kailangan mo nang i-overlay. Pero kung asfalto, then may dahilan mong i-overlay, di ba?
There are also instances, Your Honor, wherein they put a wearing course for a smoother riding surface. But that's only about...
Yeah, but 115 million.
yes, Your Honor. But that's not the only scope of work that was done,
Yeah.
including the protection works. On
Yeah,
the,
but you get my point. So your
Yes, Your Honor.
total retrofitting is almost the price of your first 8 spans already.
Yes, I understand, Your Honor.
Na gobyerno nagbayad.
Yes, Your Honor.
So meaning yung original cost mo ng whole project except for the expansion halos dumoble because of the retrofitting. And that's one way to win a contract, di ba? Bid low with a low and then just keep retrofitting. I'm not saying that's what happened here, but that can happen. Oh, I mean, di ba? Part of leading the DPWH is knowing how certain schemes can be done to win the contracts and then to get di ba? So 2020. So who approved all of this? Who approved the 2 retrofittings?
The plans for the retrofitting, Your Honor, is approved by
Not the
was
plans.
approved.
Sino nag-request sa national government na ipasok namin sa GAA yan?
Sa Region 2, Your Honor.
Region
It's the
2.
Region
Who was the regional director then?
Unfortunately, Your Honor, he passed away last November.
I'm sorry to hear that. No?
Yes, Your Honor.
Kasi nga, I was gonna say, you have to check whether may determination nga kung kailangan yung project na yon.
Anyway, the records, we will look into the records what transpired during that time, Your Honor.
Sige. So, unless Senator Revilla has a question, we can suspend. I won't... sorry. Let me mention that Senator Pimentel also filed a resolution And although motu proprio naman to, but sasama natin yung resolution niya. And of course, he's most welcome to attend when he has time. I'm at a quandary kasi whether to do a parallel with you, meaning hintayin ko may committee kayo and everything, or to proceed with this, parang what would be more helpful? Give me let me suspend for 1 minute and ano lang. Meron tayong room ng Wednesday or Thursday. So why don't you give us all the documents by Monday, consult with the secretary, form your committee and everything. Let's go through what we know and what we found out sa contracts on Wednesday or Thursday. Then hopefully we can end there and allow you to continue, no? But please communicate very strongly. Yung sinabi ko, number one, we expect the secretary to be here pag ganito ka bigat yung problema. I mean, you're more than qualified, and I thank you, USEC people, you're a exemplary resource person, no? Knowing your trade. But it's the responsibility of, naging secretary din ako eh. So kapag ganun ka bibigat, I go myself, I make time, okay? Secondly, sa Pilipinas, incentive, disincentive works. Actually, all around the world, it's basic economics, di ba? When you punish people for doing wrong, they stop. When you don't punish them, they think your kindness is weakness, di ba? Number 3, perception in investigations is as important as reality. So kung in reality, ang mga preventive suspend or sinabi mo sa contractor, we'll look at this, ganyan, 15 days, it might seem like a punishment, but as soon as you finish it, 15 days, 30 days, nakakahinga ng malalim lahat. Di ba? Hindi katulad ngayon, nagsasagutan sa media whether it's the design or the contractor or it's just really the truck na hindi talaga or it was the person na... Kasi nasa finding nyo naman, tama ba sir, na pinatuloy talaga daw nung ano, no? Nung flagman, no? Nung flagman, di ba? So, for the record lang, Brigadier, tama, General, no? That's the information available, no? So, there is a possibility, sir, na talagang overloaded kaya bumaksak at yon. Ang problema nga, there are questions that should have been answered by now, after 2 weeks, like katulad niyan, tinignan isa-isa, di ba? And third, come up with the reforms yourself. So katulad nun, ang laki-laki ng DPWH, baka you need an office, kahit 10 tao na internal, parang internal police nyo, na pag may nangyaring ganito, alam na niya kung anong hingin dokumento. So in the same manner that you don't expect us lawyers to be engineers, we don't expect you engineers to be lawyers, di ba? Or architects to be lawyers. Pero isang buong departamento kayo eh. May legal division kayo, di ba? Oh. So for example, sir, pwede namang committee yan, pero pwedeng yung head ng legal nyo yung head investigator eh. Di ba? So anyway, I won't elaborate. Si Senator Revilla, wala mo. So anyway, just to remind sir, let me know if I have to subpoena the secretary or he will go on his own volition. By this afternoon, we can tell you kung Wednesday or Thursday, no? Tapos, submit the number of contractors disciplined and how many are registered sa DPWH. Please submit yung manuals. We would appreciate, of course, if you underline or point out the relevant, I'm talking about the testing, di ba, the periodic testing, and meron ba kayong tools like a punch list or a checklist to make sure na naganap yon? Yung one-pager dun sa approval nga nung where the Bureau of Design is involved or not, no? The third-party report, di ba? And if there's any document that triggered the retrofit, meaning did they even look into, if they didn't, wala tayong magagawa, but at least it's factual. Did they even look into nakasalanan ba ng contractor o hindi, or basta't eto problema, ibid na lang natin, so that we can find out, sir, how we can avoid this. And then yung report dun sa 2 other bridge, you don't need to give the whole plans nung 2 others muna para hindi ma-model yung ating okay. Yan. So is there anyone else who wants to make a statement at this time? You're most welcome. DPWH muna before I go to the...
Your Honor, we are fully supportive of the investigation that is being conducted, and we very much welcome of the Honorable Chairman's Committee to conduct the investigation, because we also have to clear the name of DPWH. Yes. For the past 2 weeks, the DPWH has been the, you may say, the laughing stock of the entire nation. That's why we have to clear also, and we have to point the blame or where the problem lies before anything else. We have to go to the bottom of this, Your Honor.
Well,
as we...
Let me just...
Yes, Your Honor.
Assure you, one, of our fairness. Two, sir, tama naman po kayo. Yung napakaraming tamang ginawa at napakagagandang ginagawa, whether it's the Pasig River or the lighting of the San Juanico, or hindi naman dapat natin lahatin. Di ba? Okay. Having said that, mukhang under the leadership of Secretary Bunoan, hindi kayo masyadong nakikinig eh. Di ba? I'll give you one more example. I think it was this room, 2 or 3 times ko bringing up. Sinabi ko sa kanya, sir, may problema tayo sa Laguna Lake Highway. At gusto ko yan. Ang problema, masyadong traffic yung lalandingan nyo. Sabi niya, okay, mag-meeting. Then sinabi niya, hindi natuloy. And then sinabi niya, gusto ni Presidente. Pero nalaman ko, report din niya kay Presidente that it's feasible. O ngayon po, kakasubmit lang po ni RD Malaluan ng letter na wala daw pera ang region for an updated traffic report dun sa area for the mas maliit na missing link. May missing link road from Lower Bicutan to Muntinlupa, which is half the size or 1/3 the size of the Laguna Lake. So, sabi si Secretary na okay yung Laguna Lake, may lalandingan, 45 minutes na within a kilometer ang traffic. Etong mas maliit nga na road, walang pera para sa traffic Di ba? So, yun ang mga nagiging problema. Ang problema kasi, Sir Yusek, personal kong alam yung mga problema kay Secretary. Yes nang yes Kasi once a year lang yung budget, once a year lang yung confirmation. Yes dun sa JD Legazpi that they will discipline. Konsentidora pala yung nilagay na RD doon. Di ba? So, please also understand, Yusek, I will be fair, but I will also be bold pagka may mali. No? So, anyway, we pointed out the areas, but whether or not you have a committee by Wednesday, we will hear on Wednesday, you have to have a point person who will... I don't expect you, Yusek. I mean, you're the head of whole operations. Ayoko naman mapabayaan mo yung iba. Diba? So whether you empower RD Matias or you have a small committee RD. And I don't mind na ano, you have a battery of people, you have many, yung mga bata na ginamit yung na mag-assist dun sa new Senate building, ang gagaling nila ha. They know what they're doing, they memorize their stuff, they studied. So you have good people in DPWH, di ba? Oh. Thank you, sir. You want to finish your statement? Sorry. Yeah.
Your Honor, definitely we will get to the bottom of this in this investigation. And if ever, we will be briefing also this committee or asking this committee what are we going to do in moving forward. We cannot afford that the bridge will forever be non-passable. The bottom line here is we want also to make that bridge passable.
Agree, sir. And this will help, di ba?
Yes, of
Kasi
course.
kung lalabas na contractor may problema or
Yes, Your
yung design and you will sue them to do it, syempre, they will sue us back na hindi sila. Baka tumagal, di ba?
Yes,
So we
Your
have to find a way to actually get it done. So I agree with you there. No?
Yes, Your
Thank you, sir. Sir, sa PNP, thank you very much. In order naman lahat ng reports. No? So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
we will excuse you next hearing, but if there are questions, please, we will call you. Ha? Hindi. You wanna show? Oh. Sige po. Hindi natin ma-show.
Lang, sir. Pero for validation dito eh. Wala talagang overload. Pwede siya. Ayun, ito dito.
Wait, sir. Para ano? Pwede, sir. Sorry. Meron lang kasing video that is being validated but it's circulating. But let's watch it na lang and let's just put it on the record. Then, sir, pagka na-validate na totoo o hindi, send us word.
Yes,
Oo.
yes, sir. For validation.
Sige. It's good to end with that para lang makita natin.
Yes, sir.
Sa appearance, sir, parang sa loob, eh, no?
Dashcam ng truck driver.
Dashcam.
That solved him.
Oh, so that,
Absolved him from the incident, sir.
but that is easily verifiable kung dashcam, di ba? Kasi makikita
Yes,
mo.
sir.
Yes, okay. Oh. Sige, sir. Let's end with that, no? Tapos, ano.
I-viber ko, sir, kaya ano.
Sige, iba-viber muna. On the side, sir, yung mga nasa kaliwa ko, LTO, RD, Interior, Sir Engineer Cariete, Sir Racines, is there any statement you want to make before we end? Sige, sir.
Okay. Your Honor, I'd like to take this opportunity to, it might be self-serving, no? Pero I'd like to warn yung lahat na gumagrabe yung issue ng overloading. Yung ginagamit naming design loads sa pag-design namin ng mga tulay, naiiwan na siya no, mabilis yung mga bagong generations ng truck, pabigat siya ng pabigat. Dati 15 cubic lang yung
Sir, hindi siya
Ngayon, 30
self-serving.
cubic na.
It's yung statement nyo is not self-serving. In fact, it serves the nation. And I'm
Yes.
happy nandito yung mga taga-LTO. Can we look into that? Kasi tama nga naman, pag lumalaki yung truck, lumalaki yung displacement, we
30
have...
cubic na po ngayon.
We either don't approve those trucks or we renew the code and have clear warnings dun sa existing na. Di ba?
Yung truck,
Sige, sir. You'll finish. Tapos Assistant Director Paribcana. Go
yung
ahead,
truck na nandun sa Kabagan Bridge, nandun din yun sa internet, makikita mo yung classification ng truck na yun. Saka sinukat din yun ng Region 2. Nasa 30 cubic na siya, doble na siya ng mga 15 cubic dati na dump truck. That means na dumoble na yung bigat nun. And ganun pa rin, tandem pa rin na axle ang nagdadala nung kargada na yun na 30 cubic. Napag-iwanan na yung design
sir.
loads
It's a
namin.
complex issue, di ba? Kasi
Yes,
gusto
dahil
natin...
walang police power ang DPWH.
Yeah. And not only that, sir, gusto kasi natin mas mura din yung bilihin. So,
Yeah.
of course, one load of truck instead of dalawang truck is
Yeah.
also beneficial sa pagbaba ng presyo. But on the other hand, if our roads and bridges are not made for that load, malaking problema din. So it's something that DPWH and baka hindi alam ng mga bata, nung araw, it was Department of magkasama dati, di ba? Ang transportation at highways. Oo. Oo, kaya lang lumaki ng husto.
Saka sir, hindi lang tulay. Mga kalsada natin. Babasagin niya yung mga konkreto natin. Kaya makikita mo yung mga major trunk line of commerce na maraming truck. Manila South Road, Cagayan Valley Road, Maharlika Highway. Walang katapusan reblocking yan. Billion-billion ang naaksaya dyan dahil nasisira yung kalsada sa katulay natin.
Anyway, si Senator Revilla is also monitoring. We can ask nga kung between the committee and DPWH there's a ongoing review nung
Yes, Your Honor.
nung mga
I think
code.
there's also an ongoing review on the issue on overloading because we're trying to look into. As a matter of fact, as my good colleague has mentioned, the maximum axle load for every truck, we have the highest in the Philippines, same as that of Pakistan. It's 13.5 tons per axle. Pero ang nangyayari tuloy, kagaya nito, naluludan ng napakarami.
Yeah.
So
But just to
talagang
clarify, kasi baka ngayon lang nag-tune in yung iba, iba pa kasi yung eto lang capacity at in-overload niya. Ang sinasabi ni Engineer Cañete ngayon, palaki ng palaki yung truck, tapos ino-overload pa.
Na-overload
diba? And that's why I think Sir Manuel wanted to say something.
Good afternoon, Your Honor, and to the guests. Actually, part of our discussion this morning with our Assistant Secretary is to really look into the configuration of the new imported trucks. And we have to really upgrade also our consideration with respect to the design of roads and bridges, especially on the thickness and the strength. What with entry of big trucks. Actually, with respect also to our intervention in the Cabagan fiasco, bridge fiasco, we issued a show cause order to the registered owner as well as to the driver why they should not be held liable, like suspension of the license or cancellation of the registration of the vehicle for violating the stated rule of the Department of Public Works and Highways that such bridge is only good for light vehicles meantime. So actually the tonnage, the gross vehicle weight of the dump truck is 21,000. 21,000. So I believe if it's 21,000, it can really pass through that bridge. But there is a stated statement or a rule that only light vehicles has to pass through. You know? So, sir, again, we are supportive of...
Thank you for that, ARD. I'll bring it up with your secretary then kasi may pagkaano to which came first, the chicken or the egg, di ba? So meaning, walang problema dun sa overload, hindi dapat.
No, actually, we cannot even tell that there was overloading.
Yes.
Why? Because it did not pass through a way bridge.
Yes.
But you can only determine...
No, in this case kasi, di ba, they redid it ginawa na nila na pinatong lahat, winay.
Your
Ang
Honor.
sinasabi ko lang, sir, na which came first, the chicken or the egg?
Your Honor.
Kung ang LTO ay ire-register nila yung napakalalaking truck, that will be beyond the capacity ngayon ng roads, mahirapan din ang lahat ng traffic enforcer dahil hindi nila alam. On the other hand, if you don't allow the trucks in, maiiwanan tayo ng rest of the world sa...
Yes, sir.
Diba? So may konting
Actually, Your Honor, sir, the configuration is done by DPWH. With respect to the registration, we just follow what is coming from...
ganun ba yan?
Yes,
The
sir.
LTO gets it also from DPWH?
Yes, sir. Yung configuration.
Okay.
Yung configuration is coming from
Yeah.
DPWH.
So like even the biggest trucks now, assuming it's not overload, yung sinabi ni Engineer Cañete.
Yes, sir.
But it's double of yung dati.
Yes, sir. That's why we are proposing for a review on yung configuration, etc.
Anyway,
Plus,
nakikita, madalas naman mag-meeting yung kabinete. So may we request, di ba, Secretary Vince Dizon and Secretary Bunoan, then give it back to us kung ano nangyayari doon.
That has always been a suggestion, Your Honor,
Yes.
that somehow we have to increase the capacity of our bridges and our roads.
Yes.
The problem here is that we will be spending trillions.
Agree. Kaya nga
Yes,
sa
Your
akin,
Honor.
sir, but which came first? So meaning, should the LTO allow registration or should customs allow the importation? Pag masyado na nga malaki, na alam nating, di ba? Kasi if we prevent them from, these trucks from coming in, then less problema. Kaya lang nga, if the rest of the world ganon, then we have to decide whether we're going to upgrade all of roads. It's
all of our
mind-boggling,
bridges,
but
yeah.
let's just discuss it, no? So let's end with the video, and as the good general said, no, this is being verified, but allegedly this came from the dash cam ng truck, no? Allegedly. So let's wait for the verification. Go ahead. So next hearing, invite ko rin even before this, paano nyo kung if they, this is, no, if this is their video. Dashcam daw eh.
Your Honor, we also have a CCTV footage coming from the mayor of Santa Maria.
Yeah. Dala nyo, sir? Sige,
Yun
dali
nga
nyo-
lang, we want it to be certified that it's
Sige po.
really a true copy.
Sige,
Kasi
please do that.
Nakikita pa rin ho, the moment na nahulog
Yeah.
siya. Kasi nag-brown out yung tatlong span.
Pakidala by Wednesday,
At saka
sir.
nandun ho yung picture ng truck na
Yeah.
bumagsak.
Sige.
And contrary to what they're telling, that it's only 21 tons, hindi po. Kasi yung kanyang configuration, nung sinukat, it's 7.1 meters by 2.1 ang taas meters by 2.3.
Yeah.
So by a mere arithmetical calculation, umaabot ho ng about 30 cubic meters plus.
What we'll do, sir, we'll require them and the truck owner to be here. We'll get the
Opo.
data, then give you the chance to refute it.
Yes, Your
Diba?
Honor.
Ihanda nyo na rin yun. Ang hingin ko lang, sir, one theory lang natin na it was overload.
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's explore
We will-
all
we will-
theories nung
yes,
bakit
Your Honor.
nangyari.
We just want it
Yeah.
certified, Your Honor,
Yeah.
before submitting
Yeah.
it to you. Yes, Your Honor.
Please play.
Para na, okay. para IQ lang. Nagmangarap tayo. Kaya, bakit ka? Tulog na nga magsama lang no kuwama eh. Sinaw na eh. Ya, ha? Hindi kumakuha, dapat kumati ulit niya. Sinaw tunod ka. Pero tinulit ko ha. Pasular ka talaga kita? Pasular siguro. Next, ha? Nadungod, maalang at ulang na sa ta. Iwan, ha? Iwan sa solar. Ha? Hindi ka na. So,
So, no, we will verify all of the videos, but yun ang pakiusap ko po na I don't doubt kasi Yusek Pipo na siniseryoso. It's more of, how do I put it, prioritizing and putting in the right protocols to get to the bottom of this. I mean, if this was Japan, marami nang nag-resign, or Singapore, and then may findings na ngayong 2 weeks, di ba? But since it's the Philippines, all of you are doing your best, pero walang structure, walang protocol, walang di ba? And then, kung from the start, halimbawa, hindi kaya, so NBI or PNP, please do it, then we'll provide the engineering side. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't expect the architects and engineers to be good investigators, but as I said, may legal kayo di ba? So let us stop there and we will suspend until Wednesday, no? We will give you the pareho na rin or earlier? So, with your permission, para maka-half day pa kayo, I'll say 12 o'clock, but we'll serve lunch and we'll probably start 12:30. Diba? So, either you have lunch in your office or have lunch with us here, no? So, kung wala na pong iba, we will suspend until Wednesday, 12 o'clock.